Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. I have another layout for Scraptember. Today is the last day of this hop, and today's prompt is a scrap lift. And so these are two layouts that I kind of combined two different ideas from each one and combined them into one scrap lift. So here we go. I am using the same paper as the second layout that I showed from Vicky Booten. It was from her Where to Next collection. And then basically what I'm doing with my pictures was inspired by the first pictures. So here you can see that I have three pictures taken outside or from our flights to Destin, Florida. And so I'm basically just kind of making them look like the outside is the plain window. So I kind of took the lazy way that I put the pictures on top with some foam adhesive rather than cutting out the inside and basically making the picture look like you're actually underneath a frame that looks like the window. So I kind of took the lazy way out, but it has the same visual impact by rounding the corners of my photo mats. And then so I did double mat it, so I have the gray, and then I'm using this blue aqua. Basically it's water paper, but you are seeing very little of it. It had the same color tone as the sky in the background paper, so that's kind of where I was trying to pull from. And you can see I also have a stack there off to the right of some branding strips. And so here you can see I was showing you the two different thicknesses that I have. This older foam that is not adhesive on either side, and it's a thinner foam, craft foam that I have, and so that's what I'm using for my bottom layer. And then the thicker blue foam adhesive I showed you is actually a little bit thicker, and it does have adhesive on one side. So I was checking to make sure that I liked the different thicknesses and before I completely glued everything down. And so here I've decided that yes, this is the route I'm going to go. So I'm cutting out some of the orange foam to go on the bottom layer, and then I'm going to put add that to the outside frame. So I've got the blue and the gray on each three, and then now I am adding the little bit thicker craft foam to each of the photos, and I'm going to add those to my essentially what is visually supposed to be the window frame that you are looking out of. So the one picture on the far left that you can see right now, that was as we were flying into Destin, that when we went, I don't think we drove over this bridge when we went. At least I don't remember driving over it. I was a little flustered when we got there, so we may have driven over it and I just didn't remember, but I do remember driving it to go back to the airport. So that was when we got into Destin. And then the other two pictures Hope took when we were in the air, and I'm not sure where we were exactly, but we were either between Iowa and Charlotte, or we were between Charlotte and Destin. So here I have, in the inspiration layout that I'm scrap lifting, the one that had the three windows, it had like a shelf underneath there, and so that's what I have, those two branding strips, that the planes were actually the branding strip on the background paper. So I do get that used up right away, and then the blue piece is from my stash of branding strips. So even though this is not part of the Hop for Striptease, I did get a few more of those used up in this particular layout. So now I'm finally ready to go ahead and get the pictures put down. So then I can make sure that my title, which is a rub-on, is going to go down in the correct place. And So everything else that I'm used, so this Paradise Getaway, these are rub-ons that I got from a Simple Stories mystery box, and so it had a lot of last year's summer collection, which was just beachy, and I think this was part of the rub-ons from that collection here. Um, and then some of the chipboard that I do add later also comes from that same collection, just beachy, and also came in the mystery box. So you can see it just had a couple places I did need to go back and add a little more pressure just to make sure that I got the complete rub-on down on the page here. And here's those one chipboard piece, and I am going to cut out a few more of these various colored, I believe they're Monstera leaves, and so that's going to give me a couple different layers for each of these clusters. So that'll work with that particular flower, and I think I put one more down on the other side just to kind of fluff out the flower here. And so I put the floral piece down now that I've got those two Monstera leaves rub-ons down on the lower level of my cluster there. And so here I do end up moving that chipboard piece down just a little bit further. And this piece that I'm rubbing on now, I have no clue what that is, what it's supposed to be. Is it some kind of tropical seaweed or something? But to me, I kind of made it look like a, I don't know, like a party horn going woo out of the ticket to get away. So I didn't know exactly what it was. And so that's how I used it, is just kind of a decorative layer with those plane tickets there. And so here I'm using my trick that I learned from Janet at Galaxy Creations, that she always puts glue on the back of her hand and dips whatever she is trying to glue down, if it's small pieces, in the glue, and then put those down. So just using that little trick there to make sure that my letter stickers are going to stick down. And then I did put the date on, and there you can see I'm showing you the mixed media sprinkles that I added around the page. So here are the close-up shots. Thank you for watching all of my Scraptember videos this month. Things are probably going to get a little slower this next coming month, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to play along with the 30 days of sketches. But thank you for stopping by, and check out the playlist below. We will see you next time. Bye.